Coming to our next question, I just wanted to understand, since you have experience in e-commerce, marketing has changed a lot over the past few years. So how do you build a e-commerce brand? Because some of the brands are digital first and some
Yeah.
of the brands are purely digital. So what has been your experience? And it will help if you can share some insights.
Okay. Mehul, I would say that when you are working on an e-commerce brand that is digital first, one should be very, very clear about the product proposition. One. The second is the pricing, right? Now, if you look at the D2C brands that have established themselves in the last 4 or 5 years, the likes of Mama Earth, Sugar, Cosmetics, Plum, McAfee. None of these D2C companies have launched mass market products on e-commerce, right? Why? Because your mass market products command lower margins. Their product proposition is also very, very unique, right? So Mama Earth started as a baby care label, then they later expanded into personal care products. When they launched their products, they had natural toxin-free ingredients, which was a new concept 6 years ago, right? So, to summarize, I think your products should have high or average gross margins compared to the category. That's one. And you should have differentiated product proposition to make you stand out. Also, your product mix and your assortment mix should be such that the consumer can buy multiple products in one basket, because then only your D2C, you'll be able to justify your D2C logistics cost, right? So, that's the first very important part for any e-commerce brand. The second is that once you have found the right product, once you have found the right pricing for your product, then the brand should move to finding the best medium to reach their consumer, right? Now, as I've already mentioned, right, the opportunities that are available in digital marketing today are endless. So a brand needs to determine their target consumer. They need to know where that consumer is hanging out and how can they best reach out to that consumer, right? There's no point being on a platform just because everyone else is. If your consumer is less than 25 years old, he might be on an Instagram or a Snapchat, right? There's no point of having Facebook as a part of your marketing strategy, right? Now, even within Instagram, the brand should try to understand what your target consumer is doing, what type of content they are consuming, whom are they following, right? And once you've understood your target consumer, once you've understood the channel that you want to target the consumer, you need to create content which will resonate with your audience, right? You need to create content with your audience in mind, and then share it with them on the right platform and at the right time, right? So after you have figured out the right product, after you figured out the right pricing, after you figured out the right digital advertising model, the right platform where you would reach out to your consumer, the last but the most important part is your distribution platform, right? Now, Mehul, there have been many debates. In fact, I was part of this debate, right, which you had organized in one of the D2C summits, right? There are a lot of debates that are happening on choosing your own D2C platform or launching first on marketplaces, right? Now, what I believe is that starting one's own D2C platform can get very, very overwhelming, right? And it is also expensive. I can quote this from my own experience. 8 years ago, there was no Zomato, there was no Swiggy to help me with orders, to help me with the deliveries, right? So we were completely dependent on our website, um, on our own delivery fleet, right? And this limited our reach. Today, I'm like 200% sure that if there was Swiggy, there was Zomato, there was these marketplaces available at that time to help me reach out to the consumer, reach out to the relevant consumer, I might not have shut down, right? So I would say my suggestion for all the upcoming brands would be that jointly work with marketplaces. Do not discount the fact that these marketplaces exist. Work with them. What you can also do is that you can choose the marketplace, right? So lately you will see a lot of brands that have launched exclusively on Nykaa. So you don't have to be available on all marketplaces. If you think Nykaa has the right kind of consumers for your brand, you choose Nykaa. If you think Mintra has the right kind of consumers, I mean, if you're a fashion brand, if you think Mintra has the right kind of consumer, you choose Mintra, right? But always work with these marketplaces in parallel, right? And then also start working on building your strong tech and operational capabilities, because in D2C, a successful D2C brand today requires a robust system, to fulfill orders, to deliver them on time to the consumer, and to also manage returns, right? So while you're working on building your business on marketplaces, also work on building a strong tech system, building a strong back-end logistics system to be able to cater to your growing demand.